Hey, want to say thanks to Sylvia and the crew at the McDonald's here in Artesia. We've got our coffee, which I've really been sucking down today. What's the matter with me? I like coffee. Let's see. How do I get back to that? Did I post that? Did I share that here? Anyway, I had my glorious breakfast sandwich, the sausage muffin with egg, which you've heard me say it before, and I'll say it again. It's one of the best, if not the greatest, breakfast sandwich ever invented by mankind. Notice I said mankind and not, I don't want to get in trouble with whatever it is that will get me in trouble nowadays. But anyway, thanks to Sylvia. They always treat us right with some delicious breakfast sandwiches for our guests. Matter of fact, I think one of our guests is about to pop into the studio here in a minute, and I need to make sure I go get the breakfast sack so that they are totally able to enjoy what it is. What is going on here? I just want to show that one there. Okay. Anyway, Kirk Irby is walking into the studio as we speak. I was pulling up the train video that I did last night. I had to go up to the Eastern New Mexico State Fairgrounds and always go in and watch the trains. Yeah, I don't know if you've ever seen the train layout they have at the fairgrounds in Roswell.
I have not.
Yeah, it's a pretty neat deal. And what's interesting is we help support them by we purchase cars. You can buy a train car, and you can have your business logo or whatever put on the car, and so that's how they generate funds and help support the Model Railroad Group. He was telling me they're down to like 6 members for that group. The guy I was talking to is out of Clovis.
Okay.
2 of the members are not capable. They're older. They can't come in and do much anymore. So that's 4, and 2 of them were there last night. So I need to figure out a way to where I've got a little time off so I can go up and play with the toy trains. I think that'd be fun.
That does sound fun.
But yeah, so we have all 4 of our stations. We have cars there, and when we first got it, we were on the box cars. Then we went to the double-decker, the double-stack container cars, and so we've got big logos on the train. And they've got a passenger train, the George W. Bush.
Okay.
That they were running around the track and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, Kirk's here. Glad you could come in today. Here's a headline in the Roswell paper this morning. It's an AP story. U.S. health experts urge flu shots to avoid twindemic. So you were telling me the other day the flu shots are in. You're starting to administer flu shots at the pharmacy. So let's talk about the flu shots.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
I have not compared them to last year's flu shot. But what we have is a quadrivalent. So there's 4 major types of flu viruses, and then there's many subdivisions within that. But this the quadrivalent that they've been doing the last couple of years has hit what the CDC believes is going to be the most prevalent from each of the 4 main types. So, and the thinking is that even if they miss it a little bit, that you've gotten a flu shot from each of the 4 quadrants, so to speak, and that is going to still give you some, not necessarily immunity, but if they miss it, you still might be sick, but you're not going to be anywhere near as sick as you would have been without the flu shot.
Okay. That sounds familiar. I'm trying to think where we've heard that. Last year, there was a concern because they were developing the vaccines for the COVID-19 virus. And there were some concerns as to whether or not you should get the COVID-19 vaccine and the flu shot at the same time once those vaccines started to roll out, late last year, early this year. What is the latest on that? If there's somebody out there who hasn't been vaccinated, but they want to get the flu shot, should they also consider getting the vaccine at the same time?
That is a question that we get a fair amount. The guidance on that changed about 3 months ago, and before then they were saying don't get the COVID shot within 4 weeks of any other vaccine. Now, about 3 months ago, that changed, and they said with all the studies that they've done since it's rolled out, there is no problem giving the COVID shot with any other shot. So they're even encouraging us to, somebody comes in for the COVID shot, ask them about the flu shot, and vice versa. So somebody comes in for the flu shot, ask about the COVID. Kind of the problem with that is that the COVID vaccine stays, at least the Moderna one that we have, stays frozen, and it has to thaw out overnight. So it's not something that, if we don't have somebody scheduled for it and we don't have a thawed out vial, it makes it real hard for somebody to come in and say, I want both shots right now. So
as far as the vaccine, the COVID-19 vaccine is concerned, go to
the website,
vaccinem.org, I think it
Yes.
is, and then register. Now, is the registration process such where you can say, I want to get my COVID-19 vaccine at, say, Lowell's Pharmacy? You can be specific in where you want to get your vaccine.
You can do that, and currently we just have the Moderna vaccine, although earlier this week, because all those orders get turned in Wednesday, and for the last several orders that I have placed, we were not able to even order the J&J vaccine. This last, just this week when I ordered on Monday, the J&J vaccine was back on the order screen from the Department of Health. So I ordered a box.
Okay.
We're hoping that comes in. We're crossing our fingers, but we're not holding our breath type thing. So,
sure. Some people prefer the Johnson & Johnson because it's a single shot.
That's right.
Instead of a two-shot cycle like the Moderna and the Pfizer.
Right. There has been some talk about J&J getting a booster shot. This right now is just some talk. There was some talk about Moderna getting a booster shot. Right now, that has not been approved. So and for some reason, even though Pfizer and Moderna are using the same type of technology, they're both that mRNA type vaccine, the Moderna seems to be giving people the higher levels longer of protection longer. So it's possible that the Moderna may not need a booster, or they may be able to go a full year from their second shot before they get the booster, or something along that lines. It's, we're kind of getting from the Department of Health kind of, the people that were were administering the Pfizer shot. They're kind of pushing those people to try and contact those people that are in the high risk group that got the Pfizer shot to begin with first, to get back in there and get that booster shot. But right now, we don't have the Pfizer shot. We don't have the storage facilities, so we're not getting that big push. But they are also wanting to get people to have get the flu shot. They did say last year was one of the best years on record for flu from the Department of Health's point of view.
Right.
And
we've talked about that before, too.
Yes. So,
you mean there's other things other than COVID out there? I had no clue,
So, but yes, they're pretty much focusing on those two. We still have people every now and then comes in that need a Tdap shot, which is mainly for the tetanus part of it if they've gotten injured or something, and it's not bad enough to have to go to the emergency room, but it's still a kind of a bad enough puncture with old wood, old nails, something like that. They go ahead and come in and get, we've got a few of those, The whooping cough.
Right. Can you stick around just a little bit? Okay.
I'll be here.
All right. We're going to take a break for the news. Kirk Irby is with us, and I've got more questions. All right. We'll be back. This is KSVP Artesia.